This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
The world has ever known. And for 2 centuries, it was here that the people's will was honored, that their choice of one fellow citizen to temporarily lead the American government was formally accepted. I was here on January 6th because for the 59th time in our nation's history, we would certify the election of the President of the United States. As Langford's speech headed toward its conclusion, I could see his colleagues anxiously glancing at their cell phones. Maximilian, one of the men on my Secret Service detail, walked onto the Senate floor and straight to my chair. "Mr. Vice President," he said, "we gotta go." He told me that protesters were on the move in the Capitol, that we needed to leave the building. I was confident that the U.S. Capitol Police would soon have the situation in hand, so I told him we would just wait, in the ceremonial office reserved for my use as President of the Senate. Since the 1850s, the small, elegantly appointed space, a few steps from the Senate chamber, has served as an office of sorts for the Vice President. The room is full of history. One Vice President, Henry Wilson, died here after suffering a stroke. Another, Harry Truman, became president here. The women's suffrage movement ended triumphantly in this same room when another Hoosier second-in-command, Thomas Marshall, signed the 19th Amendment into law. The only addition I had made to the decor during my time as Vice President was a quiet Hoosier autumn landscape by T.C. Steele, titled Road Through the Woods. No artist better captured the calm beauty of southern Indiana, a place that had brought our family great comfort through the years. My senior staff was waiting in the office. My wife Karen and daughter Charlotte joined us shortly after. Family has always been among my greatest sources of strength, and it would prove so in that moment. Along with my brother Gregory, an Indiana congressman, we stood together in that cramped office and watched the mayhem unfolding inside and around the Capitol on a small television set. Soon my lead Secret Service agent, Timothy Goebbels, walked through the doors of the office and said, "Sir, we've got to get you out of the building." A large, confident man, Tim informed me that protesters who had smashed their way into the House side of the Capitol were now heading for the Senate chamber. They had come to protest the result of the election and to prevent Congress from fulfilling its responsibility to open and count the Electoral College votes. And, as I later learned, many had come looking for me. I have often told our 3 children that the safest place in the world is to be in the center of God's will. I knew in my heart that we were where we were supposed to be, doing what we were supposed to be doing. I felt resolve and a peace, informed by my upbringing in Indiana, my faith, my family, a lifetime of service, and a lifelong love of the Constitution. I felt no fear. I told my detail that we would hold there until the Capitol was secured. I was not leaving my post. I was not afraid. I was angry. I was angry at what I saw, how it desecrated the seat of our democracy and dishonored the patriotism of millions of our supporters, who would never do such a thing, here or anywhere else. To see fellow Americans ransacking the Capitol left me with a simmering indignation, and the thought, not here, not this, not in America. Yet from the terrorist attacks of 9/11 to the COVID pandemic we had endured over the past year, Americans have faced and overcome threats much graver than rioters in the Capitol. That mob could shatter glass, overturn desks, occupy offices, but they could not stop our democracy. My father, a combat veteran, had instilled into me a deep sense of duty. My faith reminded me that you keep your oath, even when it hurts. I had made a promise to the American people to support and defend the Constitution.